Good morning for this internship lecture. Am I audible? Okay. So are you able to see this particular screen? Okay. So well and good. So today's class we are going to discuss about a brief overview of what all the things we are going to study in this particular internship program. Okay. So today we will be understanding the topics and the softwares which are to be installed to get the projects executed. So if you feel faster, you can tell me in the chat box. So say given the security option, you can chat, you can start video, everything else. So now we shall go into the brief course overview. So what you are going to learn in this particular thing. So this is a main topic. What we are going to do is the Python Django web development, full stack web development. So this is one of the video lecture. We'll be having what is the course we are going to study and what are all the things we are going to study in this particular concept. So go through the particular lecture. So whatever the PPT you are going to see, so go through each and every line. So go through each and every line. So then you can easily understand and work as it is going to be a complete online class. Okay. So have your mind concentrated on this particular PDF. So go through the lectures here. So very as this is just the overview of this particular class. So you are only having the demo of what all the things you will be learning in this today's class. So what are all the softwares you are going to install and what is the procedure to run the program. So that we shall see in today's class. So please watch this entire lecture. So this gives you the idea of what are the things you will be studying during this internship course. So the name what we have given, it's a Django Bootcamp. So its name Django, but now we are referring it as Django Bootcamp. So we will be getting general course information. So how to get the course notes and files and how to get the help during the course. So, so those who have enrolled, kindly go through all the concepts. So enroll for all these particular concepts and let's see. So discuss the general tips by getting the best experience with the course. So go through the particular lectures, understand the concepts. So if any video problem is getting, you can contact, and if any audio or video things you are having the problem, you can refer to me. So what are all the course materials you will be having? So under this course, you will be studying the Django Bootcamp, so which includes HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything else. So every details you can download as a zip file. So everything, the source materials will be given through this particular lecture. So, so what are the things you are going to see? So it is each course is divided into sections that lead into each other. It can be visited independent, but it assumes the knowledge covered in the previous lectures. So as a general thing, what are the things you are studying is the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Python, Django, and SQL. And finally, using all these things, you are going for a website clone. So that means you are going to develop a web app. So using all these concepts, so you will be studying HTML, basic as well as advanced, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, and then you go with a Python programming. Okay. So we don't assume any previous knowledge. If you didn't have any knowledge of the any programming also, you can make use of it. So it doesn't require any previous knowledges. You can take this course if you have zero programming experience. So without any programming knowledge, you can easily learn this particular concept and become a full stack web developer. So if you have experience, you may want to read through the code notes first. So beginners. So beginners should follow through the course in the order. So more experienced developers should visit the curriculum page and decide so which is the best starting point for them. Because in this particular lecture, you will be studying HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bo- Bootstrap, JavaScript, and Python Django. So if you have any basic knowledge of HTML, CSS like that, so you can start from the point where you have got the understood the concept. So if you have while going for the course, if you are having any other problems, you can get the help through Google and Stack Overflow. While coding using the coding concepts, you can go with a if you get any error, you can check with a Stack Overflow. And if you want any syntax, anything else, search the Google. So search the FAQs and QA forms. So you can use useful ways to share your code. If you want to share the code, you can use the following things. So best one you are going to have is the Git story on the GitHub. So GitHub will give you the respective code which can be executed in a real time. So similarly, for running the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you can go for the CodePen or CodePad. So CodePen, it's a online representation. So it's an online representation where you can easily design the web applications. So you can go through the CodePen there. So CodePen will consist of HTML code, CSS code, JavaScript code. So where you can design any web images or web apps. So similarly, all the codes can be stored in a repository. So repository in the sense a guest on a GitHub. So using GitHub, you can store all your data because it is one of the repository, and also we can take it as a screenshot. Okay. So this is the very useful ways. You can go through the words CodePen, CodePad, a guest on a GitHub, and a screenshot. Okay. So how to get the help? So you can respond to the question and answer forms. So QA forms means question and answer forms, general info. The replies can be expected within 24 hours. So other students can reply often. You may just get the quick link reply. So still if you are confused, just continue. Sorry, when you go for the lecture videos, you can easily understand what you are going to do. So initially it will be a complete theory. So you may get bored that you are getting only the theory concept because this is the first thing what you are going to see. So later we can go with a designing of web pages using various style sheets. So you should work with me. So whenever I give you the lecture, okay. So final note. So there are many ways to program that includes choice of IDE, styling, etc. So don't feel locked into the choices made in this course and feel free to explore other options. Okay, so you which can you tell which are the IDEs we know? Yes, anybody? So which are the IDEs? IDE examples. You have to respond in the chat box. Which are the IDE? So there it was given as there are many ways to program. That means program executing area. Okay, so we can execute our program in IDE. So program executing area, it is called it as IDE as well as styling. So styling means your font should look like bold, your font as italic or moving characters. So that will comes under styling of the code. Okay. So use the choice of IDE. So can anybody can unmute and tell the answer. So what is IDE and example of IDE? Yes, anybody? Do anybody there? Because it's a complete practical you will be having, kindly respond. NetBeans. So what does IDE stands for? Yes. What do you mean by IDE? Okay, good. So integrated development environment. That means you are developing the code. Okay. So developing the code, you are making use of some IDEs. So which are the IDEs you are having? So for Java programming, you can go with Eclipse. We have Eclipse and NetBeans. So similarly for the Python, you can have the Python IDE as well as PyCharm, or you can have Jupyter Notebook, Anaconda. So all those are the IDEs. Okay, so remember the name. So we can make use of where diff include choices of IDE. So under IDE, so we can go with a Python or PyCharm. So for HTML and CSS, we make use of one IDE. I will tell you the name later. Okay. So there are many ways to program. So which includes choices of IDE as well as styling. Okay. So here we are making use of some IDEs. So don't stick on to the same IDE. So you have to work on, if I teach on one IDE using PyCharm, so you go and work on some other IDEs. So Python programs can be executed using in Anaconda also. That is one of the IDE. Okay. So if I teach one, so you have using that code, you have to try in some other IDE. Okay. So don't feel locked into the choices made in this course. In this course, I am going to make use of one IDE. So don't be locked for that IDE only. So try it in different IDEs. Okay. So feel free to explore other options and share them as well. Okay. So this is that is the up to the introduction part. Okay. So after the introduction part, so now you come for the next setup and installation. Okay. So now we are going for the setup and installation. Let's get your setup. Okay. So, so everyone are having their laptops in hand. So, so all are having their laptops. So if you are having the laptops, so that will be the just theory what we have started. So now you come for the setup and installation of some of the softwares that you need to run this particular projects like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay. So if you are having laptops, follow this procedure and make this installed in your computer. Okay. So those who are not having, they can just refer by using this particular setup procedure. Okay. So if you install or not, you have to go through all these setup procedures. So that we shall see in this particular thing. Okay. So there are many options for choosing development environment, that is IDE. Okay. So here you have to, so as I have already told, so you are going with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So everything we are going to consider it as front end. Okay, so keep in your mind, there are two words related. So one is the front end concept, the other one is the back end concept. Okay, so front end means, so writing the code, so you see the data on web page, that is called as a front end. Okay, so okay, so creating the web page by using different tags. Okay, so different tags that we shall see taken as a front end. Okay, so inside the front end, you enter username, you enter password. So everything will be stored in some other place. So where this will be stored. So if you design a web page like username and password, and you give the value for that username and password, that value will be stored in some place, and that place we call it as a database, and that database place we call it as a backend. So values what you are going to insert on the front end will be stored in the backend. So that is called as a front end and back end. We call it as a word full stack. So what is the stack? So full stack means front end part will also come as well as back end part will also come. Front end part will include HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. So back end part will include MySQL, Django. Okay, so Django is one of the framework used for the database. Okay, so that we shall see. So that we call it as a development environment. So first concept what you have to go through is, first choose the development environment and your browser. So which is the browser you are going to use? Which browser you are going to use for web pages? What is the browser name? Yes, tell me. Which are the browser names you are having?
Chrome,
Other than
UC browser,
then only two?
system browsers,
So which is the basic browser installed in our system? So
Google,
Chrome, yes. So when you install the OS, you have a basic browser. So browser will be default. Chrome will be installed by us. Okay, Chrome system will not, any OS will not come with our Chrome browser. So which is the system basic browser. If you install OS, that browser will be installed. Which one it is? Yes, anybody. If you install the OS in your laptop or system, you have a basic browser which is already been installed. Which one it is? Nobody? Are you able to understand my question? You won't, there are so many browsers, Chrome, Mozilla, UC browser, then you have Microsoft Edge also. Okay, so all these are the thing what you are going to install earlier. That means it will be installed by the user. So which is the basic browser which will be installed during the system while installing the OS only. Either reply yes or no. Okay. So I will tell you it's a Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer IE. So it is the one which will be basically installed. You start from the Windows 7. So Windows XP, no idea. Windows 7, so it came with the OS only. If you install the OS, you will be having Internet Explorer as a built-in. So we are going to use the Internet Explorer as a built-in. So for now, we are going to use a development environment as well as one browser. So which are the two softwares you need to install? So one is the environment to develop the web pages, because first we are going with the front end part. So we are going to discuss only with the web part. So web pages, we are going to use environment as Atom text editor. So keep this one in your mind. It's a very advanced text editor supportable for HTML. Okay, just you want to give only the tag names. Okay, so you want to give only the tag names. So defaultly the code will come and sit there. Okay, so we'll be using environment as Atom text editor, and the browser we are using it as Google Chrome for this course. Okay, so if you are very experienced with any other IDE, so you can feel free to use it. Although I still highly recommend trying out Atom. Okay, so I don't know whether everyone has gone through Atom or not, but for this particular internship program, you have to highly recommend for this particular Atom text editor. For a browser choice, please use Chrome because it is the most popular choice for web developers. So in the coming section, we will show you where to install Atom text editor and give you as a quick tour of it. So let's get started. Go to Google in your browser. Okay. So now you come for so this is the browser part. So under this, are you able to see the screen? Okay. So if you are having any problem, so you can ask me. So first initially go with a Google. So there you have only two options you should get. So you should have Google Chrome as the browser. The other one is you should have Atom text editor. So you can take Atom text editor. When you type Atom, you'll be getting Atom text editor here. So here it is showing it as Atom. So kindly go through this particular thing. So Atom, this is the thing. So just check whether your system is 64-bit or 32-bit. It is the best hackable text editor for 21st century. So because each and everything are inbuilt inside this particular thing only. So that's why for this thing, you are going for Atom. So you are having the download button. So click on the download button here. So before the download will stop, we shall have the brief overview of the Atom. Okay, what all the Atom will do. So teletype for Atom. So teletype means, so you can easily, if you are having HTML as a tag, so simply by placing HT, you can easily get that particular thing. Okay, so type shortly. So that we call it as a teletype for Atom. Okay, so that means you are going to type very shortly. So you get the entire code there. So GitHub for Atom. So GitHub means it is one of the repository where we store each and every link. Okay. So we are going to store. So if you want to open any that particular page or any file from that GitHub, you can easily open it in this particular Atom. So no need to download. So as I already told, GitHub is a repository. So repository means you have already stored each and everything in the GitHub. So using that, you can easily open the GitHub content in Atom. Okay. So next, what is the main thing what you can expect are the features of this cross-platform editing. So if you are if you have worked the HTML pages on Linux, you can open it in Windows. or if you have used OS X, that is the new OS what we are going to have. So OS X, Windows or Linux. So if you have written the program in Linux, you can open it in Windows. So built-in package manner. So built-in package means, so all the talks and all the packages are built in. So there is no need to have any concept here. So this are everything is built in package manner. Smart auto compilation. That means if you write the code, everything you can see at the browser itself. So no need to save, nothing will come. So auto completion means you can, if you make one change, you can easily see the changes in web browser. So there is no other procedure. So that you will understand this word smart auto completion when you go for executing your programs. Okay. So smart auto completion means if you change something in web part, immediately there will be a change in the HTML page. Okay, file system browser. So easily browse and open a single file, project or multiple projects in one. Multiple pane. Multiple panes means, so it is similar to what I have opened. Okay, so you can open multiple windows. Okay, so windows are nothing but pane here. So multiple windows can be opened and you can edit the code. Okay, so easily you can find, preview, replace the text as you find. So make it your editor. You can create your own packages, have your own themes, have the customization. So this is the Atom editor. Okay. So now we shall have the installation of this Atom editor and see what you are going to have. So still, so it's 133 MB. You can, if your system is connected to net, you can easily install this Atom setup. Okay, so kindly make sure you are using Atom 1.58.0 for Windows and depends on 64-bit Windows 7 or later. Okay, so everyone is having their laptop with Windows 7 higher version. Yes, or everyone is having their Atom version with a Windows 7. Reply in the chat box. If you have any doubts, I will tell you. So here we should have Windows 7, 64-bit Windows 7 you should have. So everyone, you can install. So if it will be well and good if you install when I install. Finished? So are you able to see this particular thing? Downloads, you are getting open file. Are you able to see? Yes, are you able to see this thing? Arpita HD? Anybody there in the group? So when you are having the Atom setup
Yes,
here,
sir.
okay. So are you able to see this downloads Atom setup?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, so kindly you can open that particular file. So here you can see Atom is being installed. It will launch once it is done. Okay. So are you able to, can you see this particular Atom screen here? Yes. Are you able to see? So this is the welcome guide, what we can have when you install your Atom. Are you able to see the screen? Okay. So now you can register as a default Atom or whatever. So you can use. So if you want to use anything else, you can give it as yes always. Okay. So now we have to install a Atom for that. So install the Atom like this. So now using that, now we have seen with a installed Atom text editor, and we have also installed Google Chrome as your browser. So I have understood. So set up an installation of Atom text editor. So in yes, understood how to install the Atom text editor. Okay, so that is so that is the main thing what you have to go through, because that is the that is to be installed on your system. So whenever I go with the programming part, so you have to type the programs there. Okay, so that is up to the installation. So under this installation, we are having Atom text editor as well as Google Chrome. So if you have Google Chrome, that you can be used as a web browser to see the output. So and for giving the values, you are going to use Atom text editor to design or develop the HTML and web pages. Okay. So now we shall come for the next part. So for that, now you have each and everyone should be having their particular GitHub account. So kindly go with a GitHub account for that. So you can create your GitHub account using www.github.com. So it is one of the repository where you can store each and everything, what you are going to do, the coding and examples and all. So for that, you have your own GitHub account. So using that GitHub account, you use either sign in or sign up. So first, if you are not having any GitHub accounts, you can go with a sign up procedure. So for that, you have to give your particular email thing. So under this, so you give your own email account of that particular user. So each student is having their respective email accounts, right? So kindly enter your email here. So I have given my one of the email account. So now you come for the creating the password of that. So you can give any username you want. So finally you give no. So now you have for creating the of your account, it will ask you for the puzzle. So in that you have to check for the pick the spiral galaxy. So while creating, you use the email. This is the email you have given. So password and username. Okay. So you can give the username and email, you give it the same thing. So what's the username and password we have given? 7KIT. So for that, they are going to send this particular link. Kindly go for that particular address. So here I will give my email address. So which is the email address we have taken. Here you will be getting your GitHub code. So GitHub code is 457062. So you give 457062. So it will ask you welcome to GitHub and how many team members. It's only just me. So I will be giving it as teacher. Continue. So everything will be there. You give continue. So this will get into my GitHub. So here you can see the particular GitHub is been initializing. So this is the GitHub account, how you are going to create it. So now everyone should create their GitHub account. So everything will be, whatever the files I will be creating, everything should be stored in GitHub. Okay. So everyone should learn how to create a GitHub account, because it is a repository where you are going to store each and everything. Okay. So yes, understood how to create the GitHub account? Yes, understood. So you should install Autumn Text Editor, and next one you should create your own GitHub account, because each and every file what you are doing should be stored in your GitHub account. So do everyone should create GitHub account for each one? Understood? Understood up to here? Yes, reply in the chat box. So what are all the 2 installations you have to make? Which are the 2 installations you have to make?
Atom text editor and GitHub.
Okay. So GitHub account everyone should have, because each and everything will be stored there only. Okay. So kindly create one GitHub account and have the Autumn text editor in your thing. So now you come for the next part. So next part, so that is the website overview. Okay. So first thing we have gone with how the things works. So now you come for the how the website will work. Understood? So how the web works. So let's learn something. So today's lecture. So now we get into the web part. So this lecture will discuss the following. So how the web works, what do you mean by full stack, and brief overview of the course tech, and why we chose Django for the course. Understood? So I will be answering everything in this particular lecture. So what do you mean by the full stack? Anybody? Full stack.
Front end and back end of development of the web pages.
So front end and back end development of the web pages, we call it as full stack. Okay. So in this, now we shall see each and every topic and why we choose Django for the course. So before we begin to learn about all the technologies, we need to understand how the web works and what constitutes the full stack. Okay. So what happens when you are at home and you open up your browser and visit a website? So think you are at home and you open up your browser and visit a website. Let's break down the basic steps. So you are say as a current situation is like this. You are being in home and you are opening a particular web page. Okay. So what is the procedure? So that will happen when you open a particular web page. So you start off by typing the URL into the browser. So that I can take it as www.google.com. Okay. So your computer then sends this request as a packet, which includes the IP address of the website you want. Okay. So this computer will send this request as a packet. So what is this web? This is the IP address you have given. So this is the site name. So for this site name, there will be a particular it sends the request as a packet, which includes the IP address of the website you want. So IP address of this particular website is 123.456. It will be in this format. Okay. So IP address will be sent you want. Okay. It sends this request through wires or a satellite, which eventually links to the wires using your ISP. Okay. So it sends the request through wires or a satellite. So everything will be sent in the form of the signals. So this one you can see it can be in the form of the packets or signals. Okay. So using your internet service provider, for that if you want to open, there should be an internet connection for that. So that we will be storing it as internet service provider. Your ISP will then reroute the request to the appropriate server location using the IP address as a guide. So internet service provider will reroute the request to the appropriate server location using IP address as the guide. Okay. So once your request reaches the server, it is sent back the website you asked for. So once this is the server. Okay. So once your request has been sent, you can send back the website you asked for. Okay. So however, full website with the content is too big to send as a single packet. So entire contents of the website will consist of so many images, everything else. The content of the complete web page will be too big to send as a single packet of data. To solve this, so entire thing cannot be sent as a single packet. So we are going with a server sends back the website split up into many packets. So each and every entire web page is split into many packets. So packets come with the instructions on how to get back to you and reassemble once they reach you. Okay, so it comes with the instruction and how to get back to you and reassemble once they reach you. So it splits all the single packet into multiple packets and then again reassemble multiple packets into single packet. So packets don't care how to get to you, just the final location. So all the packets, packet 1, packet 2, packet 3. So everything so are coming on to the final location, but they are not sorted. So this packet should come after this packet should come after this. There is no sequence of this. All the splitted packets will arrive at the destination, that is the final location. Once the packets reach you, they are reassembled to show the page. So once the packets will reach this particular system, the system will reassemble all the packets what you have received to show the page. Okay, so all of this moves at the close to the speed of the light as it happens very fast. So can you tell what is the speed of the light? So yes, what is the speed of the light? So how much faster it is? It is 3.7 into 10 power 7. Okay, so that is the speed of the light. So all the packets will be arranged as fast as the speed of the light. So this is the higher level explanation, but for our purpose, it is all we need to know for now. So let's continue by discussing what the term full stack means. Okay, so full stack that we will be representing here. There are two main components of the website. So one is the front end, the other one is the back end. So front end will show the visual representation of the web page. Back end will show the data placed inside the web page. Okay, so visual representation, so any login page. So login of the web page will consist of two parameters. So two parameters are username, the other one password, and third one submit button. So you are having three. Okay. So which are the three fields you are having? Username, password, and submit button. So username, you give the value. For the password, you give the value. And submit button, you should click it. Okay. So giving all this, we consider it as front end. So front end can be seen by you in front of you. So, but the backend, so values what you are going to give, that will be stored in the backend. So that is the database. You can't see the content where the values are being stored. So that is called as a backend because we can't see any data of the backend. So now we shall come for the in detail what is front and what is back. So front end is what you see as a user on the website. So that it is the content what you see as a user on the website. So a backend is the technology used to decide what to show you on the front end. Okay. So what you see uh, on the website is the front end. So technology used to decide what to show you on the front end is the back end. So these are the two technologies what we are going to use. Are you people getting?
Yes, sir.
So I'm showing this particular content. So whether you tell this one as front end or back end. Are you able to see this particular slides, right? So that one we call it as what? Front or back end?
Front end.
Front end. Okay. So what is the back end? Back end is the technology used. Okay. So technology used to decide what to show you on front end. So front end, you are able to see this particular slides. Okay. So which technology you have used to see this particular slides? So which technology you have used to see the slides? So using which app or which software you are able to see this particular slides?
Zoom.
Sorry, Zoom. No, I'm asking about slides. You are able to see these slides, right?
Web technology.
No. Slides are in the format of PDF or PPT. So in order to open a PDF or PPT, so what is the technology or software you are using?
Microsoft.
Yes. So PDF, you can use Adobe PDF Reader if it is in PDF or
Cam scanner.
PPT. Yeah, Cam Scanner, or if it is in PPT,
PowerPoint.
okay. That is the technology. So, but can you see this particular Microsoft PowerPoint anywhere? Are you able to see the technology? Can you see the PPT?
No, sir.
No, you can't see, but using the technology, you can open some applications, right? So that one we call
Yes,
it
sir.
a backend. Okay. So backend means you are not able to see the thing, what you have used. But here we are opening this particular web page in the form of PDF. So for this PDF, you are using Microsoft Edge, but you can't open Microsoft Edge. So using that technology, you can open some pages. Okay. So now you come for the front end part. So front end revolves around three technologies. So which are the three technologies? One is HTML, other CSS, third one JavaScript. Okay. So what this each thing will do, that I will tell you in detail. So come for the HTML part. So HTML, this particular page, it's a HTML page. Okay. So what you open and see on your web browser, that you call it as a HTML page. So inside this HTML page, so you come for the CSS. So the content of the web page, we call it as a HTML. So what is CSS? So CSS means cascading style sheet. Cascading style sheet. So why you are going to use CSS? So see, you can see Django Bootcamp. This one is in bold. So there is a image here. There is a bullet here. So it is a colored bullet. This one are uncolored bullet. So styling of the web pages will be done by cascading stylish sheets. Okay. So if you want to see the image with colors, if you want to see the content, if you want to make use of bullets, so everything we make use of CSS. Understanding? So style, how you want to see the content. So if you want to make it bold, italic, everything, we are coming across the word CSS because it was used to make the stylish sheets. Okay. So now you come for the third part, JavaScript. So when you use the JavaScript, okay, so keep in your mind. So suppose there is a login page. So login page, you are giving username and password. So username, you give some value, password, you give some value, you click login or sign in. So sign in, when you click sign in, what is the process? Can anybody can tell the process of Gmail login? So Gmail login, you will be giving username and password. So when you give login or sign in, where it will take you? Yes, anybody? When you log in, where it will take you? Yes,
Backend.
sorry, I am asking no front end back end concept here. If there is a Gmail account and you are giving username and password and sign in, so what is the next page you are going for?
Username.
Mhm. Just are
Name,
you able
date
to
of birth.
just you see here? I am asking only this much. So this is a web page, right? So using this web page, so I'm asking you if you are giving something username here. So you go for the next page. So you give the password here. You are giving the password here. If you log in, what is the next page you are getting? What is the next page? Just you can see here. If you give username and password, so what is the next page? Still you are not getting the concept? Yes. You will log into your inbox. Okay. So you are giving username and you are going password. So if you give username password, where you are getting, just you can see it here. So which is the default one you are getting? So you are getting inbox. Okay. So you are logging into HTML is there, CSS style sheet. So when you give user and a password, so where it should go through? It should go into your inbox. Okay, so writing the code using that, we call it as JavaScript. Okay, so HTML will consist of page, CSS will consist of how the page should look like, and JavaScript will contain where the page should go. Okay, if you give username, next page, you enter password. If you give password, next page, where it will go? It will come onto your inbox. So writing the coding for that one, we call it as JavaScript. Okay, so we will hear about front-end technologies other than these three. So you will go with a jQuery and Bootstrap, but those are built using the previous three. So which are the basic one? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Using that, you go with a next advanced level jQuery and Bootstrap. Okay. So now you come for the HTML part. So what is HTML? So it stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So every website will have a HTML. It is the structure of the page. So any web page, you can view its you can view its source code by right clicking and selecting view page source. So here also, so here you can see, so I will give the demo of that, how to see the contents of the web page. So see here, so this one, any web page you come, you give right click and here you can see view page source. So when you go for the view page source, this will be the HTML content given for this particular Gmail account. Okay, so that is the view page source that will give you the source code of the file. Okay, so come for the CSS. So CSS means cascading style sheets. It's the actual styling of the website. So colors, fonts, borders are all defined by the CSS. It is not mandatory, but almost all sites will have it. Okay, so after Java CSS, first is HTML, next is CSS. Now you come for the JavaScript. So what's the JavaScript will make you? It allows you to add interactivity to the website, including programming logic. So interact, okay, interact means you give username. Next it will go for next page. You give password. Next it is the interaction between you and the web page. So that we call it is using JavaScript. So any site with interactivity uses JavaScript. Otherwise the site is static. Okay. So now the first half of the course, you will be studying the front end. So front end uses those three technologies. So that is, which are the three technologies of the front end? Yes, which are the three technologies of the front end?
HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
Okay. So which are the other three you will be having? So after HTML, you have other two advanced from HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Which are the other two? Just I have told
jQuery
you
and Bootstrap.
jQuery and here you can see
Django.
Bootstrap.
jQuery and Bootstrap. But this jQuery and Bootstrap are built using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. So what is the main usage of CSS?
Font style,
Then,
bulleting points,
then, then only that too. Colors, fonts, borders. These are the main thing you are having. Okay. So first half of the course, you will be discussing on the front end. So front end always uses those three technologies. However, back end is where a multitude of options come up. So come for the back end now. So back end of the site has three components. One is language, second one framework, third is the database. Okay. So what language you are going to use? So technologies such as PHP. So PHP have gone with data DBMS projects. Okay. So if you have done DBMS project, you will come across PHP. Next, Node.js. So it is a part of the PHP code. So JS will stand for JavaScript. So Ruby Rails you have not yet gone through. So now you go with the next thing, Java and Python are viable options for the website. Okay. So how can we decide which to choose? Okay. So you have to decide which one to choose. So our course backend uses three concepts. Python as a language. So here we are going to use Python. So using Python, so you are going to develop some web pages and coding and all. For the backend, you are going as with a language as Java or Python. For now, we are going with Python. So framework, so it is Django framework as a framework you are using. Next, SQLite as a database. So you are all familiar with MySQL, right? So similar to MySQL, for Python programming, it's an advanced MySQL version you are using, and that is SQLite as a database. Okay. So now you come further. What is Python? Python is a great language to learn. It's simple, powerful, and has many libraries. So similarly, Django. Django is the framework for Python. It's used for the web development only. So it's fast, secure, and scalable. So SQLite comes with Django and Python, making it is an easy choice. So if the language is Python and you are using Django as a framework, so then you can use SQLite because it comes default with these two. Okay. As we continue along the course, we will be discussing each of these topics in much more detail. But for now, you should have a high-level view of what we use in this course to turn you into the full-stack web developer with Django. Okay, so here you are going to understand the full content, full-stack web developer with a Django. So as you continue along with the course, we'll be discussing each of the topics in much more in high level. Okay. So that is up to the front end theory part. So after that, now you will be getting into the more detail of each of the concept. So understood up to here? Yes, understood up to here? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So which are the three components of the backend?
Language framework.
Language framework. Which are the three components you are having? Front end you are having 5, back end 3. Back end, which are those? So Python, Django, SQLite. So which is a framework in this?
Django,
Language?
Python,
Okay. Okay. So understood up to here, right? Okay. It's well and good. So for up to here will be today's class. So in tomorrow's class, kindly have this particular Autumn text editor installed in your system. Okay. So whenever I tell you, because it's a very new coding part you are going to study, because are you familiar with anything like creating web pages? Know some
no
basics?
sir,
Any
no
idea?
sir.
Okay. So if no idea, kindly install Autumn text editor. So Autumn text editor in your thing. So are you able to see this screen, right? So in that you open Autumn text editor. Are you able to see this particular thing? Yes. Yes, are you able to see this particular Atom screen?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Okay, wait. Now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So kindly open that particular Atom text editor in this. Okay. So just I will give you the demo. So I won't get into any other concepts. So in that, go for file, new file. So when you see the entire contents, you can see the below plain text. Are you able to see this? Plain text. Are you able to see this, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
there is a content plain text. So click on that below side plain text, and in that you select HTML here. So here HTML, Go, Must, Rails, Ruby Rails, everything is there. So in that you select HTML. So if you select HTML, so you have to select that tree sitter only. So if you give simply HT, here you can see the complete HTML code, everything you can see it here only. Understanding? Understood? Are you getting right?
Sir.
If you have installed, so in that you have to go with a particular HTML tree sitter. So there is a code here you can see. So when you click on that, plain text will be there. So for that plain text, you have to choose this HTML tree sitter. Don't go for any other thing. If you directly go for HTML tree sitter, so if you simply type something like a HTML will be the first tag of your HTML page. So when you type HT, simply you will be getting all this content. Okay. So this will be the brief demo of the Atom text editor. Okay, remaining things we shall see in the next upcoming class. Okay, so tomorrow's class will be there. So it will be scheduled tomorrow. So I will tell you the time, everything else in the tomorrow morning. Okay. Okay. So if any of your friends are interested to join to this particular internship, so tell them and let them join. Okay. And, okay. So this is up to the working. Okay. So in tomorrow's class, we shall go with in detail of each of the HTML concept. Okay. So this recorded video lectures will be shared in the group. So no issue if you are having any network issues like that. So everything will be shared in this particular group and you can use it. But if you have not registered or not joined or not paid for online paying, you can make your payment. Okay. So kindly go through this video lecture and have the installation of Atom text editor and you're creating your GitHub account. Okay. So GitHub account should be created and Atom text editor should be installed. So remaining thing we shall see in the tomorrow's class. Okay. So thank you all.
Okay, sir.